Hi, Sayaka. This is your Zivug calling. uh, now, uh, I wanted to remind you, okay, that when I was back in high school, way long time ago, I was named junior editor of the school paper. Now, the school newspaper for the high school I went to, the prestigious private school, that school, there was only two guys going to be junior editors, okay? Then there's the editor-in-chief who would be a senior. And I was named one of the two junior editors. Well, I dropped out of that school. But that wasn't on my mind. The fact that I was named junior editor, I wasn't even thinking about it. But I am thinking about it now because you're in journalism, and I just want you to know that way long time ago I had a great reputation and a great name for myself. I was a well-respected, well-liked, even beloved kid. Beloved to a lot of people. And liked by a lot of people. I'm not bragging. I got to tell you these things because, look at this. You might misunderstand. I'm not going to explain this, okay? I'll tell you about this later when we get together. Now, let me remind you also, I'm telling you, okay, that I cannot get to you, okay? There's no way, man. I've gone to your country 3 times looking for you, okay? It's not just the money. If I thought I could get to you, I would spare no expense. Within reason, right? But I cannot get to you. I cannot budge. I'm gamed. That's my word for I'm prevented by my enemies, let's call them, from getting to you, and they've got me completely blocked from getting to you. I cannot do it. So I'm saying to you, you got to get to me. You either got to come here or you got to leave a message that's trustworthy somehow. Okay, I'm not going to trust most messages. I'm not going to trust them, but if you find a way to get me a message that's trustworthy, I'll trust it. Hopefully. Remember, okay, no matter what anybody says about me, okay, I'm going to tell you, I was almost murdered, and I survived, okay? And I got to say, the agony of that murder attempt, the agony that it caused me, never mind all the stigma involved, the wrecked life that followed and all that, never mind that. The agony of that actual murder attempt, 2 years of absolute agony, okay? It's got me to the point where, okay, if you do come to see me, okay, even if it's just to say hello and introduce yourself, no matter what it is, okay, just remember, I am a victim of those 2 years of agony. Okay, what anybody says, whether they believe me or not, I was the one who experienced this. So, if you do, when you do not scare the living hell out of me, okay? I'm somebody who trusts nothing. I trust no one in the United States, no one, except for my wife and son. That's it. I don't trust anyone, and let me say, okay, I do trust you. I do, as far as I can say that and be reasonable, right? I'm not going to be unreasonable in saying that I trust you, but as much as I can trust you, I do. Now, nevertheless, when you come here, here's the way I would phrase this. Do not scare the living hell out of me, because remember, I was almost murdered, and I trust no one. So if you do, when you do, remember this about me. I'm somebody who doesn't trust just about anything. And sometimes the nicer a person is to me, the more I distrust the person. Okay, and here's my analogy. I don't have anything to do with organized crime, but if you've seen any of those movies like I have, what do these organized crime folks do when they're about to kill you? They're going to kiss you. They're going to be super nice. And that's super nice. That's a symbol you're about to be murdered. So, okay, you want an analogy? I've read the books and seen the movies that you probably read and seen too, and that's all I know, just like it's all you know. But you've seen the movies, right? Okay, so if you come here, I gotta say, I lived a life of being deceived and lied to, tricked, and nobody's telling me the truth ever. And nobody believes anything I say as well. So I'm very distrustful and I'm very scared, okay, most of the time. So if you come, when you come, keep that in mind. Once again, do not scare the living hell out of me, okay, when you come. Like you did when you came a year ago. I'm sure now that that was you. Okay, but let me remind you, when you came that night, you did scare the living hell out of me. I was paralyzed with fear. I was laying on the floor in my trailer, paralyzed. I didn't want to even budge, even though you couldn't possibly have heard me. Even if I had moved around in that trailer, you wouldn't have heard anything, but I was so paralyzed with fear when I saw you, I couldn't move at all. And I said, I'm not going to budge to go near that woman. She needs help. She can get the help on her own. I'm not going to budge from this trailer till she's gone. And that's what I did. I was paralyzed with fear. Now, I'm talking to you, the guy who was afraid and the guy who was almost murdered. And I'm just telling you these things so that this time we'll be successful when you come. Okay? Bye for now.